Welcome to the Serious Shift Blogcast. We have only one question. What does Serious Shift mean to you? To answer that and much more, here's your host, Dennis Moseley-Williams.
Hi, I'm Dennis, and welcome inside my Jeep. I've been having phone calls for the last 3 days with financial advisors who are freaking out because their clients are freaking out. So I've been getting lots of phone calls and emails looking for pointers vis-a-vis the experience one wants to stage when reframing financial markets for clients in turbulent times, okay? So I want you to know that I believe in these 4 strategies and I employ them myself in my own home, okay? So here's step 1. I should say before even step 1, this is a conversation that you want to have in person. The medium is the message. This is a sensitive issue and your clients are upset. So first and foremost, I want to ensure that your clients know that you empathize with them, okay? I want them to be with you. I want them to feel it. You might know in the end they have nothing to worry about, but they don't know that. And the most important impression you want to make is that you want to fix how they feel. So that's step 1, is have this conversation face to face if at all possible. Here's the second. You got to refocus them and remind them about all the great things they've done. As I did last night in my own home, I just reminded Sherry, well, you know, these are temporary pains, and let's review all the things we've done. We committed years ago to saving this much money a year. We do. We committed years ago to not doing an addition on our home. Instead, we did a little reno. We felt great about it for years. We didn't overspend or overbuild, and we've kind of laughed about that for years now, right? It's been really wonderful. We have topped up our children's education savings plans, and we have next to no debt. Like, oh my goodness, okay? This is some temporary pain, but it's temporary pain versus several years of disciplined following a financial plan, right? So that's the first. Refocus your client on why they invested in the first place and all the smart things they do, have done, and continue to do. Here's the second. Now you got to re-educate them. So you've got them in off the ledge. Now they're actually listening. Remind them of what asset allocation, diversification, and a balanced portfolio is. As I pointed out to Sherry last night, this is a normal, healthy thing in the market. And I said, isn't it interesting that over the last year and a half, I have said something about all this money I have sitting in cash that's driving me crazy. But nobody panicked then. When I said, I have all this money, I'm waiting for a correction. Meanwhile, away the market is sailing and racing. You know, if I knew then what I know now, which is of course foolish, you can't do that to yourself. But just the same, I said, geez, I've complained about all this cash sitting there at least 30 times. But never once did that cause anybody in my household to get nervous. So now here we are, the market is corrected, and all of that cash I'm sitting on is being put to very good use, I assure you. So you got to A, refocus, B, you got to re-educate your clients. I think it was Brian Portnoy, author of The Geometry of Wealth, who said something funny, and he might have just said it on Twitter, but something like, if at any time part of your portfolio isn't underperforming, then you're not properly diversified. That's a pretty funny line, and it's pretty accurate too. Here's the third. Now you've talked some sense into your client, you've talked them down, you've reminded them of the wonderful things they do and that they already know vis-a-vis how investing is done. Now the third thing you got to do is you have to take control here, so you have to reclaim your position. Speak with some certainty, okay? What do you know now? So you know that there's going to be a lot of people in the future who are going to look back on this moment and kick themselves for not buying quality investments when they were on sale. You know it. You believe in the market, you believe in diversification, you believe in process, you believe in regular checkups, you believe in, advisor communication and open lines of communication and all kinds of great stuff. Tell them exactly what you know is going to happen and what you're going to do going forward. Lend them some confidence. And this very last bit, replace. I learned this at kids camp. When I worked at kids camp, if you had a homesick kid, there were 2 little strategies I followed. Never let them be alone and always keep them busy. And very soon they would start having fun and forget about being homesick. I kid you not. Okay. See your nervous clients as homesick kids. You're on the last part, number 4. You have to replace their anxiety with something else. Okay, it can be if they're nervous about putting money in the market, they should be putting money into education funding, or putting money against debt, of course, or in my case, in my home, not to overshare, I literally started focusing on all the things that we need to plan for. Okay, so I put the market in perspective. I reminded what we do to saving money and how smart we are and all the great things we've done. I re-educated about diversification. I reclaimed our ground. You know, I made sure everybody knew I'm confident about how this future is going to go. And then the fourth thing is replace. I then immediately got in with my wife saying, now we got to start talking about, and it was simple stuff, the garden, landscaping, the cabin, next year's ski trips. Just to make the simple point, two of them really. One is life goes on, and all of these other things are important and they still require planning, etc. And also the second thing is candidly just to get my wife's attention off the day-to-day news cycle. Just a reminder, life goes on, we have other things to do. Replace your anxiety with some, channel it, put it somewhere else. For a lot of people, that can even be as simple as exercise. It doesn't necessarily work for me, but a little bit of distraction vis-a-vis the planning of the world will go a long way. Anyway, my friends, I just wanted to share that because I literally had this conversation 5 minutes ago on my car phone, and I thought, I should have recorded that and shared it with everybody who pays attention. Anyway, wherever you are, I hope you're well. Thanks for letting me in. You take care of yourselves. Cheers.
We hope you enjoyed the Serious Shift blogcast. We would love any suggestions, feedback on topics, ideas, or challenges that may have you feeling stuck. Also, please leave a 5-star review wherever you are enjoying this content. It helps Dennis out tremendously. On behalf of Dennis and the team, see you next episode.